truck, yeah! Good evening, whoops. I pressed a button and now I don't know what happened. Yay, we're back. Hey, welcome to the Nearest stream. I'm Nearest. Today we're going to be playing some Disco Elysium. We're in day 3 finally. I think this is like session 5 though. We're going slow. Don't mind me. What am I doing? Okay, so I've looked at the body. I've done some other stuff. I think I'm just gonna go to the new area. It's Wednesday, so we can go to the other side of the canal. See, we need to find the working murder weapon. That's gonna be forever for now. Prove your authority to Titus Hardy. That's gonna take a while. Send the victim's body to processing. We'll do that tonight. I think I've gotten everything I want from it, so we're good. Find the traffic hooligan. Okay, well, we'll do that soon. Find moral. Okay, we'll get that in a minute. Open the apartment door for Everett. Done that. Close the water lock. Okay, that's what we're up to now, probably. Oh, I need to talk to Plaisance. Okay. Need to find some speed. I'm surprised I haven't found it yet. Run the number. Okay, so I did actually check with Alice. She's not quite ready yet. It looks like... Yeah, she's not ready yet. Where's the rest of the armor? Oh, I gotta talk to Kuno. Fine, whatever. Replace the lost bool. I did find something. We can replace the bool. Okay, we can do that. Track down your badge. We'll get that in a sec. Who put the clothes in the trash? We'll find that in a minute. I need my badge for Joyce. I need my badge for Joyce. That's gonna take a while. We need to assert our authority with with Titus first. Same. We need a tape. A sad song. Have I not done that yet? Okay, well, whatever. Let's talk to Kuno first. By Kuno, I mean these piles of footprints. Gotta find the crazy driver.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything. Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I gotta figure it out from Kuno. I feel like... there should be an option for that.
Fucking right, pig. Kuno's filling bathtubs with that shit. Kuno's a kingpin. Fuck no, pig. Kuno ain't dealing to the popo. Not doing the pork pen for your sad speed habit. You don't know Kuno.
You need to befriend him first.
Kuno
doesn't fucking care. Do I have any empathy clothes? No. I do have some Prolodon. Did I get the die? I know I had Neha make me a... yeah, I did. Neat. The sorry die. She's still searching for a book, her eyes wandering over the colorful grid of soft covers. You're right that I'm a cockatoo.
Excuse me?
I went and read up on him, just like he said, and I even decided on what kind of cockatoo I am. Want to know?
I don't know. The most talkative one?
No, I'm the fuck-up-a-two. Oh, she's ready to put your question aside.
The what now?
The fuck-up-a-two. The one that always fucks everything up.
No, you're not. Don't think that way. You're just a regular talkative cockatoo. And let's leave it at that, okay?
She doesn't want you to be the fuck-up-a-two.
Thanks, empathy.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
I like this game. Anyway. I guess I wouldn't be playing it for the third time if I didn't like it. Let me in.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus paused dramatically.
Yes, yes.
Going full calcul
How
on
was
here.
it?
It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises leeching life energy from this bookstore. Honestly, a dump. Nothing to see there. Just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sunshine in. I'm in no position to give out personal opinions.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you. No, ma'am, I felt Aurora. She's not the one to blame for this curse. She may be involved, but I don't have a way to question the malignant entity further.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed. Oh, we'll find that later, don't worry.
She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Oh, drama. Never change. She says there's no curse because there's too many inconsistencies. She said it's just capitalism. Bankruptcy is a quirk of our economic system. The source is in the taxidermist shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There still leads to be followed, like the strange radio computer thing. There's another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I'll cross paths with it.
A third order presence, yes.
She lets go of the pendant.
A great dark relief washes over her.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in the presence of my daughter.
She gestures for you to be silent.
I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
She performs an X-shaped cross
Well,
on her chest.
This has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Yes, the venture continues. In other waters. Darker waters.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
Let's see. Did I get the man from Helmdall book?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring
Ooh,
an
hold on.
extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Let's see if we can get some more pain threshold. I mean, the answer is yes, with alcohol, but, I'm wearing the Helmdaller Man fan, whatever, shirt. Got lost midway through there. No pain threshold closed. Alright, well, let's just roll it and see what happens.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian.
Oh, we can go up to 6
on
on
the
pain
cover.
threshold. Alright
Nearly
then.
all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere. Nothing of
What?
interest. Only silence and the cosmic background pain radiation.
I'll be back. I'll be back, Helmdahl Man. What about Dick Mullen? Have I got the Dick Mullen book yet?
Shelves
Oh,
filled to
not.
the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen.
Of course. Such
I think I already got the,
Shelves full of biographies of. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin.
I already got the
None
book out
of
of here.
these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books.
I did buy one of the books. Leave me alone,
Reading is
Plaisance.
not for free. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance.
Okay. I think we've gotten everything but the Hjelmdal book. And the board games. Let's see. Let's go ahead and I guess give him the bull.
God damn it. Pull yourself together, René. What do you want?
Found you guys a new bull. Hold out the ball.
What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now, no need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
Exactly, and I really did try. It's not going to be an alternative. I suggest taking it. I'm very sorry. It's the best I could find.
The best, huh? This isn't even a bull. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven.
Is there anything you can tell me about this rifle?
It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
In the basement there. Sorry, I can't divulge this. What do you mean fine? This is my rifle. I always have it with me.
I understand. Unfortunately, I don't know what else to tell you. These BMs are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
And I found your guard booth.
Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He adds with a slight sigh.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right on into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Oh, really? Why are you on a leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man who would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
So who's your working your shift that night?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
He tries to argue.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Everett gets it. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together. I love it. Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die, there is no middle ground. Renee is but one man. Need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Keep folks motivated. Renee should rent out his services. Invest the profit. Get a few more guys. Expand and repeat. Wage work is a dead end. There's absolutely nothing wrong with terror collecting. It's my side thing, too.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that. I do it too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing.
Hobocop. Not this time.
Yes, yes, yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
I saw a picture in there. You were in it. You looked happy. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Got it. Thanks.
Yes, yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Thank you for your time. Can I increase composure? I am increasing composure. Uh-oh. Methamphetamine, that'll increase composure. I've got one bullet. Got some keys. Have you looked at this yet?
The bullet is still safe.
Yes.
There it is again.
Oh.
The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end
Time
of
for a
some
panic
distant
attack.
Summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
Ancient temple?
Yes, from the height of antiquity. A long, long time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
End of summer.
The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Where'd it go? Wait, come back.
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
Because I'm insane.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take. Whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory filling the gaps? Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes, made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive.
Okay, the apricot chewing gum scented one is actually really good. I may end up taking that at some point, but at some point is not right now.
Feels very, very familiar. Harry, please, you were supposed to discard it.
Let's have a look. Apricot chewing gum scented one. Minus reaction speed, but it gives you, it basically gets rid of the debuff once you learn it, and you get +2 perception, which is super handy later. All the time, actually. How am I balanced on thoughts? I have 8 of them. Anyway, I found a trace of entity who's been stalking you across the plains. The Gloomstalker, the conglomeration, the shadowy organization behind your downfall, possibly connected to the dreaded X something. Granted, it's impossible to determine its true identity, but you can remember where you first smelled its treachery. Yes, use the Tutti Frutti gum wrapper. Reconstruct the day you first breathed in untrustworthy atoms. I should probably take one of these. I've got 4 open spots. I got 6 points and 4 things to put in them. So we got Guillaume Le Million, which does something. Plus pain threshold and plus psyche. Okay. We've got Jamrock Shuffle, which I remember not being very good. I think it's just like better stuff whenever you open things, which there's like 6 things in the game, so. Koldamama Dakwa is also perception, but it's also minus encyclopedia. Don't want that yet. Suicide of Kraz Mazov is if whenever you fail stuff, you get morale back. Which I kind of already have that. It also gives me plus rhetoric, which whatever. We'll say suicide, or not suicide. Apricot Chewing Gum Scented one and Guillaume Le Million are probably the best ones of these. What's my psyche looking like? Pretty mediocre. Actually, that's really good. I'm going to get Guillaume Le Million. Okay.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
You mentioned Jean-Marie Bouillot. Who is that?
Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
So you both knew her. What happened to her? Sounds like this is between you. I have other matters to address.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4.
Yeah, I know, right? Almost as much as that sandwich.
She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Easy, fellows. No need for this to get ugly. Sorry, but I really just wanted to ask you some questions.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. You.
The tall veteran looks at you and nods.
No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
What happened to her?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage. Peaceful.
He smiles faintly.
René and I were both by her bedside when she...
He pauses, searching for the right word.
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
Departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
Why do you think she was indecisive? She simply chose both of you because she was stringing both of you along for like 70 years.
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us
Brother,
to marry.
husbands. Look in his eyes is happy and distant.
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Nothing wrong with weighing your options first. That's a bit odd.
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
Brother, husbands?
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
Thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left. Sweet, sweet Jenny. Of course, officer.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
I want to talk to you about your girlfriend again.
There's nothing for you to understand here.
All right, Unreal,
If you
have a
care
good sleep.
if you are investigating.
Thanks for hanging out. Were there unusual circumstances in her death? Where was the photo taken? What happened with you, Gaston and Jean-Marie? Let's get back to less sensitive subject. No, we're gonna stay in sensitive land.
Absolutely not. She died of pneumonia in her bed at the age of 79. This is highly usual.
Yeah, it is. Alright, photo.
Revachol Fair of 91 in the Faubourg district. A parade was held to honor Guillaume Le Lion's name day, and the Carabineers marched in the place of honor.
You looked happy in the picture, smiling.
This was the happiest day of my life.
This is said in such a matter-of-fact tone it leaves no room for doubt. What happened with you three?
I was 22 when I returned from King Guillaume's Akira operation in the south and found my sweetheart in the arms of this wretch.
The Ikeda operation.
Yay,
was a
we have encyclopedia
7-year
checks now.
during which suzerain
Lore.
Guillaume's army forcefully united the people in the southeastern part of La Petite Continent, collectively known
I'm
as
gonna
the
dump one more
Ikeda
point in the
tribes
encyclopedia.
under the Revacholian banner.
Just in case. I really want to get the Litania contact Mike. That's like the whole point of this run.
I won her back, but while I was dealing with some issues,
You were like a dark cloud sucking the joy out of every living thing around you. And you hurt her.
Dark Cloud. That sounds unpleasantly
Ooh,
familiar.
Dark Cloud. I have that game. I should play it sometime. Except it's probably... It's old. And it plays old. I would get salty. Alright. He looks down at his boots, lift moving, but the words are inaudible.
Those days and memories are gone.
He nods and looks at Renee with something resembling compassion.
The old soldier says nothing, but when his glance quickly runs over Gaston's face, there's an odd look in his eyes.
Thank you for your time. I can't get out here. I ain't got shit.
Inside, you see a set of steering
Actually, the game that I
wheels,
actually
a
should play
radio
on stream
microphone,
sometime
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
is Final Fantasy VII Remake. I have it. I have a license to it via PS Plus.
Still no word, I'm afraid, sir. 50...
In the cabin, you see
No excuses. What are we doing with Tommy Lahom?
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Nothing. Killing time, that's all. Should probably go talk to Everard at some point. You know what? I'm over here. I'll do that now. I keep saying I'm gonna cross the water, but then keep not
the
doing
woman
it.
still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her
Look at
hands.
this
In the
photograph.
background, no response.
One of these days I'm gonna get the Pale Rider to talk to me. Pale Driver.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam.
Nice aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face. Leave yourself space to move.
Not bad advice, actually. This might do the trick.
Oh!
Let's talk about our right to work.
Let's not. Free reroll for fighting Measurehead. Alright.
Hold on, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
That weasel I visited. Turns out he was one hell of a collector of colonial mugs. Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I am the law.
The janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
Yes, his mug collection certainly represented antiquated social values. See how we're all busy concentrating on the racist mugs? That's what the ruling class wants. A man with such a funny mug collection can't be that bad. All I'm saying is he had a lot of mugs.
Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend.
I was going for boring cop, but the boring cop capo type thought was terrible, so I switched to sorry cop. And yeah, we're going pretty good on moralist. I mean, sure, we got some communist and ultra liberal points. Fascism is really easy to avoid, so we don't really have any of that.
The file cabinet stacked, the drawer slides shut, smooth.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Okay, I guess I don't need to fight him, so I don't have the option to fight him anymore. But good to know if I ever fight him and lose, I can just talk to Right to Work, and it gives me another shot.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and
Not
a
yet.
payphone is looking down at you from the wall. The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset.
Speaking of not yet. See if Savvy bails me out here.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
We'll get in there eventually.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
Leo, in the future can we keep the greeting shorter?
Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
Okay, I'm off. I don't think Leo's gonna keep the greetings shorter. Just a feeling I get.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
Member of the board is a living god, is an organ of the great state organism of war, also looks just like me. For himself.
Ha ha ha! Mr. Dubois, so be it. How can I help you today?
Oh. Communism points. Open the door like you asked. Want to go over a couple things about me. I did I made it even shadier. Wait, what? What did I make shadier? Oh, the Wagga.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
I may have gone inside and seen a collection of
Just
racist
as I
mugs.
thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everart's Rainbow Coalition. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
The mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. I found a similar mug in the trash with the hangman's clothes. I heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
Daka, 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 daka.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
He laughs. Wait, they moved the container? Go on.
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on that? Who exactly did the pushing?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base. There's a militant wing inside the Union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything
The Hardy
runs
Boys.
smoothly. They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Your lawyer girl, nice.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried.
The mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. Yeah, he doesn't need to know that. There's a bullet in the dead man's head. You know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company. Mentioned the lawyer girl. Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
How do I know? Let me
I don't need to
tell you
share
about these
the
people.
other information.
That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E.
I guess I already told Titus that he was shot.
The company sent in
Okay,
Sediment,
I can tell him that.
a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Krenel this time. Might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me. So they shot him.
Sounds pleasantly surprised.
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard. What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my two little policemen. Godspeed, policeman.
You know, Everard's like an absolute sleazeball, but I like the character still, just because he's so slimy. But also kind of jovially presented. I don't know, it's weird. Alright, you mentioned a lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members.
Only 7?
Always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm
Not
sure
Shanky.
they
Shanky
only
is
have
not a
the
born
best
leader.
interests of
Or
Martinez
Angus.
and Revachol in mind.
The other guys are.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Everard, I met these parties. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Wait, why are you giving this to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy Boys.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
Good talk. Let's conclude for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
Oh, you'll tell me eventually. I'm not worried about it.
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want
I'm a
to,
man of the
but
center.
I
That's
just
like half
can't.
left, right?
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
I'm not a man of the left. I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. Is this another corrupt... This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
Okay.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or
Oh, I
illegal of
remember.
you.
Yeah.
You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this? What are these signatures for? Fine, if I happen to be there, I can do this. I can ask them. No, I'm not going to do this. All right.
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Why did I just think of the movie Warriors? Probably because there's drugs and roller skates in it. Moving on.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit.
How's my shivers doing? 5? What increases shivers? Hobocop does, but I can't get it. Cop of the Apocalypse. Lame. That's it. The Bow Collector does. I don't have the Bow Collector though. What'll happen to the current occupants?
They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're going to build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
He means it.
Kim, what do you think of this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
He studies Everett.
But he thinks it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
Fine. If I happen to be there, I can ask him.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
Runs his fingers through his thin hair.
Most certainly, Harry. By all means, Harry. What's on your mind?
Yeah, it is. I'm totally gonna fuck him on this. Unless I want to get the experience for passing the white checks. Lillian's is kind of hard. Or Lillian. But Isabel's I should be able to get. I did it, Everett. I made it even shadier.
What?
But yeah, fuck him. He's basically just building the youth center on their houses. The brew, the shady brew.
Oh, how could I forget your little side project? Well done, Harry. Well done. Don't even tell me what it was. But good job. I love it when workers take the initiative like this. See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding. But not too much.
Hey.
Psst. Look around.
Psst. Hey, you.
Who? Me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
You know what? I'll accept the thought. I'm not gonna get it, but because I've already. Oh, but Mazovian socioeconomics is pretty good. Nah, we're not gonna get it. No. Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Alright. Can't argue with that. Yes, we should all stop building love. Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings. Is that right?
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets. Literally murder all human beings, regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
Alright, that sounds like me. I haven't said anything like that.
Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it. You're about to rip off that mask of social democracy and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Wait, first, what's this communism even about?
Failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
I'm not going to learn this thought.
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what? Firing squads? You didn't say anything about those.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few million eggs.
Roll up your sleeves and breathe in the pristine air. Well, let's read what it has to say. Mazovian socioeconomics. Looks like reaction. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world, never to return again. And they were right. Until he woke up today. A spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Krasmazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. Damn, communism goes really well with Apocalypse here. Dragging things out of the depths. The seven-headed lamb that emerges from the mask of social democracy. The imagery.
You're back before the cargo can...
Soon. Actually, not really. It's probably going to be a few weeks before I get to that.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice. Hard to say.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
He shrugs.
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way.
Do I have minus logic on my clothes? I know I do have minus logic from a thought. Maybe 2 thoughts. No, just 1. Okay. Of course. Why would I not wear my my pointed hat? If I wanted to be logical. What a logical piece of head attire. Headwear. Yo, Carol, what's up?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
I'm doing alright. Kind of the same. Unwinding. I'm not going to look at this yet, by the way. Just chilling, playing some Disco Elysium. Alright, I think it's finally time to go across the canal. I'm not stalling, I swear. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit because Harry doesn't know how to go downstairs. But.
Looking for something hot? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
That guy's an avowed racist. I feel okay telling him to fuck off as many times as is necessary.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be, and a mechanical lever sitting in the middle. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then, the water lock starts moving.
Clunk.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Focus on one thing, achieve it, then the next, he thinks. That's the task.
But I've done everything on this side of the water. I've been efficient. Let me have this, Kim. Radio relay hums with electricity. Oh, money. That reminds me, I do need to equip my plastic bag. That reminds me. What's this? Traffic beyond the gate, more abandoned motor lorries. Wait, can I get to the other side of this? Oh, sign says no entry. Someone scribbled it on an inverted star. Oh, the communists are over here. Alright, alright, alright. I need to equip the pry bar. Hey, empathy. Nice. Someone's broken down the fence and the barbed wire. The wind is corralled by the 4-story buildings around this yard. Laurie, says the graffito to the ghosts of us. Tear! Someone left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. The smallest church in Sansans. Birds in the birch tree, barely audible coos come from above. Swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. Alright, we got some stuff. Cool.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
Press your ear against the speaker. Keep the porter reel at the harmless distance and wait.
It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing, a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to that Claudia told you about. Perform it. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning.
Could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this. No, I couldn't. It's too sad. I might cry and trash the room again. Scratch that. I am already crying, and I look dumb and old.
Crying is good. It gives your performance authenticity. Besides, you already know the lyrics, since you listened to it like a million times. Yup, they're all here. All 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
Nothing can stop me now.
God. You have to convince God to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant watches you pack up the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
Thank you, Kim. I love you.
Yes?
Need more Inland Empire. What's this? Breaker box to power the radio pylon above you. Maybe there's something inside. Ahead, decades-old concrete defenses. Children play on them now. There are children here? Money! Creaking ahead. A broken axle grinding. There's a boat tucked underneath the tarpaulin cover. Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. Bottle, drained of all its booze, is frozen in the ice. Money! Money! So no tear. It's frozen into the ice. Okay, let's look at the car.
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water. The seawater has already started to corrode the metalworks. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
So this is where all the tire tracks were leading to.
It appears to be so.
Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Run your hand over the cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
What's the make of this motor carriage? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
Cool. How long has it been here? Well, looks like Jacob Erb's journey came to an abrupt end here.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Did you say something, Lieutenant? Yes. Rub your chin. Crazy recklessness. Another case of engine displacement triumphing over the driver's IQ. Enough gloating. This is serious.
Yes. Crazy recklessness. I'd say it has been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The lieutenant's estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday Eve.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Oh, that's right. How long will it take for the low tide to come in?
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
I guess we're locked into this. That's okay. We're going to be two bros being bros, sitting on the swings.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Hold on. It looks very blue. Point to the sunken vehicle.
Yes, it does.
What's your favorite blue thing?
Let me think about it.
Spit flies
hey!
from your mouth to your
look at me passing
chest,
checks.
the ground before you.
Or getting,
no sound, though.
Getting a heel from failing the check, rather.
The lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away.
Keep blowing.
That's right. Just keep at it. It will come to you.
With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful, melodic trill that puts even the insulindic thrush to shame. You hear the sound echo
bros being
from the
bros.
large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky, and suddenly you just feel better about everything. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Hey, let's not be racist. So your dad was also, point to your eyes. The tide sure is taking its sweet time. Would you rather sit on an anthole for an hour or stand in a river of leeches?
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure many ailments.
Okay, he's thinking. I can do this. Let's do this. Who'd want to sit on an anthill? There are no therapeutic benefits to. Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
If you have to side with either the strikers or the shipping company, who would you choose? Think I'll ever find my gun? Man, this is taking a long time. Let's get political.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
But if someone put a gun to your head...
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the mark now? Squint in your eyes and say, is that a number on the side?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
So it's turned to you.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people.
Is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical.
41 is the rank in its underground street racing hierarchy. Small fish, this one. Must be Tommy 41, the morning host of FM 41. Looks like the factory made a mistake and accidentally called this one the Capri 41. Scoff. I hate guessing. District something, a precinct, something municipal, rub your temples, you're getting a horrible headache.
But it could also be the number of a police precinct. Precinct 41. Your precinct.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just no. Say no to this, Harry.
No, no. Oh my god, it's mine! I drove my car into the sea! Question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation mark, and so on.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the
I didn't
canal,
actually mean to
and
pick
then
that one.
drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
Maybe it was in pursuit of someone. How do we get it out? I could still fix it. They're not going to take me back after this, are they? The badge, the gun, and now this? Well, at least I can see what's in there now.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
So it's just going to be there like that?
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
I can still fix it.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
I don't have that kind of money. People are going to be really angry, aren't they? In Precinct 41.
Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
They're going to take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything. There is also a 4th thing you've lost.
A 4th thing? I don't want to hear about that.
More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined.
Oh,
Lost
yeah.
forever into the
Yeah. That's not part of this event. That happened long before. Come on, Inland Empire, get over it. Well, at least I can see what's in there now.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
Well, we found the traffic hooligan. We got a banged up fuel canister for some reason. Get 2 signatures for Everard. You guys saw just off the coast, Crackle is shifting. So we got it clothes. Oh, this one's pretty good too. The one I have is Esprit de Corps and Shivers, so I'll keep that one. I really like having Shivers. Alright. RCM badge LTN2JFR Dubois. Thick blue piece of acrylic covering a thin leaf of paper with the officer's name and rank on it. Next to the writing, you see a man stare back at you, a younger version of you. Already disintegrating inside, but still presentable on the outside.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Found my badge.
At least something good came out of all this.
The lieutenant glances at the badge in your hands.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Alright, deal with that later. Look at the
The
photograph.
man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's winking. Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Name, Harrier Dubois.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrart was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Detective Cousteau. Savoir-faire and esprit de corps. I'm just thinking if I want to accept this name or not.
Why? It's a cool name. I like it. Besides, you're Harry anyway. No one's ever called Harrier.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Rank, LTN 2JFR.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is a Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
What's a décomptage?
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed
The
by
rule of
left
two by the Sith.
during the Revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it,
Oh, kinks, you
except for
say?
two kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
Wait, satellite officers?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
So you've been putting up with all my bullshit because I'm your superior, so you've been putting up with me because we're of the same rank. Thanks for explaining all this.
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
I thought my rank was drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Thanks, that gives me hope.
Good.
He says with a quick smile. All
Such
right.
a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber.
Hey,
It
that's what my
reads,
die is. Alright, serial number.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Cool. Date of issue 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you. Of that you are sure.
Precinct 41.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
He stops. What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiayeva. Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Put the badge away. What am I looking at? Oh, we finished a couple things. That's what happened. All right. Seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. Well, it was you, Harry, so, you know. Both. Tear. Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and a forgotten chair. See a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. Oh, not yet. Cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. Okay, we just got bow tie as well. +2 drama. That's pretty good, actually. I was about to say I'm surprised that's moving so quickly, but then I remember that we sat on the swings for 2 hours. Which accelerated that quite a bit. I have to go around. I see. The underside of a boat has been recently tarred. We found the fisherman shacks. We have a quick travel point. Hooray! The wedding stone, well worn and covered in rust. White curtains have been drawn shut. No looking in. Cinder blocks charred, makeshift power pits with magazines for lighting.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
That's like never. Bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Sun's life in the north washboard scrubs filth from fabric. I really want to talk to that wall. Figured out. Oh, there's a gate. See dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. Alright, Carol, thanks for hanging out. Have a good sleep. Construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. Oh, there's a barrel over there that I did not get. Pants? What kind of pants? Oh, well... centrist pants. Street sign is illegible below the graffito. Hard to see details. The color is all warm and welcoming or cozy, though. Flower grows where nothing really grows. Maybe in spring. Flower trough where nothing grows. Maybe in spring. There we go. It has a dot that I can't look at. No. Can't see into the house from this angle. It's locked tight. What are these doing in the fish? Franco-Nigerian cavalry boots. The boat's floating freely in the water unmoored. Planks creak beneath your weight. Ladder leads to a school of fish swimming in the kelp.
Hi, officer.
A woman in a raincoat stands on the quay, considering an overturned boat. Sword in a scabbard hangs from her hip.
Anything I can help you with?
As always, I am the lawbringer. That depends. Where are we exactly? I have questions. First is, what's your name? Move on.
You've graduated to lawbringer now?
Yes.
Men with authority have their quirks. Comes with never being second-guessed about anything.
She waves you off.
So what brings you here, lawbringer?
Alright, I'm gonna start learning this one. I don't think I ever actually learned Lawjaw. It's probably bad. Regular officer, long way home, kingdom of conscious, feminist agenda. I have not. Alright, let's learn it. Just checking out my handy dandy spreadsheet. Lawjaw minus rhetoric. Whatever. Hey, so a little observation. It's all cool, man. Don't freak out. But every time you say, I am the law, and you say it a lot, it's basically hello for you. Your jaw does this weird thing. Sort of shifts sideways, hanging off your face at a jaunty angle while the word law sounds oddly guttural and low. It's strange. You wouldn't notice it, but after saying you're the law 80,000 times, the question does come up. Why do you have Lawjaw?
A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
The wind rattles her earrings. I have questions. The first is, what's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Nice sword. Does it come with a story?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly.
Hold on, do you know how to use it?
Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need intimidation tactics?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is.
Yay, we
Back in the
get
day, I
feminist
caught the eyes
options.
of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Figures typical patriarchal nonsense. Mascu venomosity.
Sure. Venomosity. But boys will be boys, and God knows we don't have many around. So far, the sword has been enough to keep them in line.
Can I borrow that sword?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I use to keep these animals in check. You would put me in an early grave.
Why don't more women arm themselves if it's so effective?
What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder. Coach means the expression.
Point to the expression on your face. Just a silly clown. Her eyes meet yours and suddenly she starts laughing its horse as if she hasn't done that in a while. You like it?
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a shield.
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes, fading fast.
So where are all the men now? Dead.
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Wait, why, if they're thick-headed?
Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
The expression doesn't change. It's hard to say if it's a joke.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
Where's your husband now?
Gone.
Gone, coward? I would never leave anyone. He disappeared. Sounds like a missing persons case.
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
That's bad. What happened? Oh, say no more. Wait for her to continue.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
Yeah, death is nothing. I shit on death. Time really is the best cure for sorrow, isn't it? It's healthy to let go and move on. Gotta keep the wheels spinning.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
She glances at the village where two little kids are playing with what looks like rocks.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Oh, the amber dye helps here. All right. Okay, so Kim's presence makes it awkward. Don't know the good spot yet. Explore the coast. Okay, fine. I'm looking for someone. Maybe you can help.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for missing cryptozoologists.
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People look for imaginary animals. People look for animals who are hard to find. People look for animals mainstream scientists do not exist.
Aha! Like snowmen.
Snowmen? I haven't heard of those.
Two old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Wait, the like?
Right. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men, burning rhinos. You get the picture.
Where'd they go?
I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
That's it. Not looking for anyone else right now.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
What do you do around here?
Like I said, fish mostly.
Fish?
Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now, I'm tarring a little skiff.
How many morale heals do I have right now? A lot. 12. Okay. What else?
I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Authentic Insular Indian cuisine.
Is that enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Foreshadowing. Interesting. What have you found? Never thought the sea brought in anything particularly interesting. Walking on the beach sounds quite romantic. Alright, I think I get it. Let me ask you something else.
Wood. Pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once.
Whoa.
Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
Need to know about those human bodies. A mine? The RCM could use a mine. Where is it? Drugs. I need info on this major narc. This place looks bad. Why don't you leave? Okay, enough about this place.
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch.
I am the law. I need to know about the bodies. Anyway, so I take it that's your skiff. Point at the overturned boat.
Sure is. The Sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Sunny days.
Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
Self-denial,
There's
all right.
a moment's silence. She looks at the slushy snow melt on the yellow belly of the boat.
When do you think the boat will be ready?
In time, when the sea turns and the winds settle, she will be ready.
Waves wash the sand. A skiff moves across the mirror-smooth sea, far away from here. A lone passenger, a fast sloop in the distance. White sails. My prediction, it will be at least 2 days.
I agree. I was asked to get your signature.
Are you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
Everett's planning to turn some of the village into a youth center.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that
Thought what exactly?
Everard and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too.
Second thought, don't sign the papers. I'm gonna look.
Aye, if you say so. Probably better that way. I mean, who likes construction noise?
Be seeing you. Alright, I'm gonna do a logic check. Which means I need to equip all my logic stuff. Oh, there's a perception? Oh. Nah, not yet. Logic and logic. Nope.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Try to find a loophole in the deal.
There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
What are the ramifications of this?
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
Kim, look, these people are gonna have to move away. Can we do something about it? The noise will be tough on the villagers. I guess that's just the cost of progress.
I should have seen it.
Lieutenant frowns as he reads over the document again.
Everard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Alright, well, we're definitely going to do that. But yeah, we need to not do it yet. He could have people watching here. Do I have interfacing stuff? I think I do. I think I'm actually wearing it right now. I don't know why I'm wearing this one. Oh, because shivers, that's why. Okay, I see now. I understand. What better gloves? Electrochemistry and half-light.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
It's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
An official investigation has been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am.
That's great. Until then, you should make a start.
That was a boring cop thing, alright.
Sire, she doth not believe it wasn't you.
Are you suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage? No, that's senseless sentimentality. Inanimate objects don't have souls. Actually, in the middle of a murder investigation right now.
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
I don't think they have funerals for motor carriages. What an odd thought. Maybe I should. I don't want a funeral. I hate death.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about
I don't think I've had this
humans,
line of dialogue
to
before.
some extent, at least.
Alright, I'm in, but organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it? I don't get attached. Definitely not to things.
Oh, yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities like rejuvenate the Doom commercial area, or let's focus on the things we can actually do, alright? No.
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
Wait, am I looking for someone else?
Oh?
Never mind.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Bye. Alright, we can talk to these guys. Idiot Doom Spiral takes a long time to talk to. That's why I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
You must be Lillian's twins.
This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
Explains the other one, tongue still lolling out of his mouth. I already said that.
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. The stone kicking isn't even of very high caliber. Anyone can do that.
You guys look identical.
The stone kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
I am, yes. What are you, Kid Master General? It's impossible to be good with kids. They're too stupid.
Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
I'm not going to be mean to the kids. Let's just leave. Let's talk to the nice kid who's responsive.
Hello, mister.
The young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She's looking at you with frank curiosity.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Are you Lillian's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
Yes, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
Are the twins outside your brothers?
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical.
She slowly processes the word, then snickers with laughter. What's that? Pointed the stuffed bird hanging from the ceiling.
It's a grouse.
She yelps, smiling broadly.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the skewer you broke.
Yes, but what's it for?
I don't know.
Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure, just go and get it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
All right. You just need to grab it from the ceiling and go.
What's that thing you're holding? Point at her toy.
It's Lammy. He's my friend.
She holds up the fuzzy
So,
beast. Oops.
Like,
She holds the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lammy looks soft.
yes, very soft.
Ooh, this is actually a morale heal. I need that right now.
Isn't he soft?
Yeah. She's right. Lammy is very soft. She rubs the white fur against your cheek, then returns the lamb to her lap, cuddling it. Goodbye.
Bye.
The girl's large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow. Alright, before talking to Isabel, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break here. Go to the bathroom, get more water, that kind of stuff. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Stay tuned. Alright, thanks for hanging out. Let's talk to the washerwoman. Boop. I booped and it didn't boop back. It's too bad. Let's try again. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed. How long does the humming go? 2. Okay.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the Apricot Sujunti.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
If you can't see, then how'd you know I was here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come.
She beckons you toward her. Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
What he said, we're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, I've been here before. What kind of ill omen were we talking about? I am an ill omen, all right. Proceed. What if I'm considered an ill omen? Why hasn't anyone told me that? Okay.
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
She points to the building behind her.
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place. Somewhere more quiet.
Somewhere more jail.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
What kind of ill omen are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Where can someone stay around here? What's in this fishing village? What's further down the coast? Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here? Goodbye, I'm off.
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant W. Freighter Harrier Dubois. I lost my name.
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double.
Fine, I'll just take the damn name. Hold up. Is there a thought for having your own name? Kush was an instructor, some kind of superstar, company boxes. We recommend the taxation, which I think I've already said thanks but no thanks on. Bow collector, caustic echo. What the hell is that? Lieutenant Crusoe Boyadero, actual art degree, overprotective aliens, advanced race theory, tactic task force. Opioid receptor antagonist. What? Date of birth generator. I need to figure that one out. Homosexual underground. Arno Van Eyck. Man, there's so many I haven't gotten before. Oh, no, revert. Curse you, Metal Gear Solid, for inverting my select and cancel buttons. Anyway, where can someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
Her soapy thumb points to the building behind her. How much is it? I don't know if I can afford another place to stay.
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Hold on, you're just giving it to me?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
Not sure it's appropriate for the RCM to accept free accommodations.
Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth.
Wait, why isn't anyone using the room?
My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
I can just have the room one more time?
Aye. The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here.
When Varson communist revolutionary Ignas Nielsen was in hiding, he stayed in a hut on the Boreal Plateau for 10 months.
Okay, it would help me stay in touch with the proletariat. That's going to be the first chapter in my Rags to Riches memoir. Some racist stuff. Unfortunate that incremental development hasn't elevated this neighborhood yet. I see potential here. I don't need much. This sounds just fine.
Any day now. I'm sure of it. Are you interested or not?
You got yourself a new tenant. Get keys to your new room.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
The key appears from under her apron. She hands it to you.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Hey, here in a shack is free, Kim. Don't yuck on my yum.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room.
Oh, yeah. I imagine that Harry's not a good neighbor. So, what's in this fishing village?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
There's got to be something here. Tell me, who lives in this village? Is there a way to make a little money around here? Right, there's another topic I'd like to address.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
The pox? What's that?
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time
All
of
right,
the
Encyclopedia,
suzerain.
you're up.
After the
Damn.
war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses, shacks as far as the eye can see.
What happened to the hospital?
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
Who else lives in this village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they are away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
I met Lillian and her kids already.
Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left.
Haven't seen any drunks yet, though.
Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys. Here, for you, no officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes. It's not hard to find.
All right, it's another topic I'd like to
She
address.
nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
What's further down the coast?
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even.
Why is it abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Get the feeling you're leaving stuff out. What else is going on?
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
What else is down on the coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
Which is it then? Apartments or an electrical plant?
I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
Anything else to note?
Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed.
We'd want to come to a fish market here. That's it? There must be more along the coast.
No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything
I still
to
haven't
sell
gotten
or
inside this
scavenge,
thing.
but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
She drops a bar of soap into the bucket with a splash. So asked to get your signature. Hand her the envelope.
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says.
Everett wants to turn part of the village into a youth center.
Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. Have you asked Lillian about this? I won't even consider signing till I know she's on board.
She hands the envelope back. Goodbye, I'm off. Inside you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering.
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the Whirling in Rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
Floorboards creak under your step. Old science fiction magazines, books about birdwatching, and almanac from 39. Centrifugal heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack.
No.
Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside,
my froggy
it is
visor.
cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
My new hangout where I could silently sit, drink, and die while looking at the waves roll in. My forward base for the coastal part of my operation. It's free. That's good enough. I could live here. Looks like this is my new home. Wonder where the old one went.
Westward, across the canal. Towers the whirling in rags. Door number 1 on the 2nd floor is locked. Behind it lies a trashed room. 1 floor below, behind the counter, stands an irritable man. In a small shack in the fishing village, a baroque heater hums quietly, emanating a sense of comforting warmth. A wash basin lies on the table, the water inside reflecting the somber face of the world. Far away, on the corner of Perdition and the Main, a nondescript building, obscured in a haze. It's vacant and lost, just like its tenant.
Thank you, Strange Sensation, for a fair assessment of the current situation. No way to change my mind. I want to choose again.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
Thanks, The Pale, for telling me where to go.
Guillaume Lemillion. Bad news. Guillaume Lemillion did not become a cop. In 38, he went on a tour to the Sinyao province in Safre, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite, amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single, Wonderland, skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 30s, and also as a warning.
Alright, plus pain threshold. Oh, also he learning caps raised by 1. Okay, that's still good. Oxygen is boring. Like, that's what it was. Alright. Okay. You know what, I'm gonna learn another volition. Yeah. Another endurance as well. See the waves, the sea, a church.
On the table, you see a bowl of water,
No.
a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
No. Shaving the right call.
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic.
I made this mistake once, I'm never making it again.
You'll be looking like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy.
I don't agree with Physical Instruments' assessment of looking like a pansy, a fucking pansy. He looks terrible.
A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Fuck you, Composure, you don't own me.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
Alright. So we got another jacket just now. What does it do? It do logic. Checkmate. Okay, we got a grouse. Neat. What?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to...
Okay, let's talk to the drunks, I guess. It's gonna take a hot minute. Mainly Idiot Doom Spiral. Dude likes to talk. Oh my god, why? Can I not get through there? Oh, I can't. Shit. How is there not any tear here? Grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who's Abigail?
Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
Who are you? What's your name? Where am I? What is this place? Why shouldn't I call Abigail? Tell me about your friends, pointing to the others.
Don't call Abigail!
He says. His eyes move around erratically, then the look in them hazy and unfocused. Yeah. Where am I? What is this place?
The man hiccups, then mumbles something unintelligible.
Why shouldn't I call Abigail?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
This is a trap.
He waves his hand as if shooing you away, all the while murmuring something indecipherable.
Hey, I'm on an important official investigation. I demand you answer my questions.
There's no use in yelling at drunks. He's barely holding it together.
Do you call this holding it together?
The drunk man starts coughing, a really disgusting, hacking cough. He does not sound well at all.
Hey, look at that. I have more endurance now. Tell me about your friends.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me? Abigail? Don't call.
Slowly his head nods off to the side and he passes out, tongue dangling from his mouth.
There was little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
What are you talking about?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
Okay, so the meth. We get psyche for too because of something. Which one was it? Long Way Home, maybe? Yeah. Man, I have pain threshold for days, don't I? Hell yeah, I do. Cool. Wait, what's increasing side warfare? So we get +1 for something, but then it gets like +3 more? Uh, 15th Indo Tribe maybe? Ah, there you go.
Hi, by amphetamine I mean speed.
I thought by speed you meant amphetamine.
Hi, that's what I said.
Right, got it.
Good, my man. Now what can I offer you?
Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
No, I'd let him speak.
You know, it's funny, actually.
He bursts out laughing, then takes 3 gulps of his pilsner and stares at you intently.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
What do you mean, what? What do you think was funny earlier?
This guy.
He says and shakes his index finger at you. Where'd you get the bottle of spirits from? Okay, can I just get the spirits if that's okay with you? You know what? I don't even want the spirits anymore.
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink.
He spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before you.
Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
It's a good tip. I should remember. That sounds dangerous.
It was. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
Assholes. Have they no shame for taking money for the service they provide? Okay, how?
The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies.
Gets an excited gleam in his eyes.
Like 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
Can I smell it first?
Yeah, be careful. It's extremely flammable. 1 spark and the entire city of Revachol is wiped off the map.
I don't think I can make the spirit bomb in this playthrough. I can't talk to my Thai yet.
Feels like someone set a mustard field ablaze right inside your nose.
Not enough pain
then
threshold.
drenched it in tear gas. Your nose is a singular source of pain. But at the same time, you don't remember the last time you felt so alive.
So, what's the deal, friend? Want the spirits or not?
I think it'll prove useful, yes.
3 real and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime. Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
Got the business venture you set up here.
Oh, the system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard.
What do you mean?
You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor exquise, sold 2 to the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now, I've got everyone on my hook.
He spreads his arms and smiles a crooked, toothless smile.
The hook? Where is it? I can't see it.
Looks like you're on your own hook, too.
Of course, of course, of course. It is what it is, you know. What it's always been. People, buddy boy. It's the people.
Alright, that speed's a little bit expensive for the money that I have, so I'm off.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But
No, it's
come
not.
back anyway.
He waves you off. Alright, idiot Doom Spiral, let's talk for the next 20 minutes. Probably longer than that, actually. Whoop.
Hey, tequila!
A 30-something man clad in a 2-piece lycra TM tracksuit puts down his Pilsner and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you? So what's happening?
He picks up his beer. Wait, tequila, nice meeting you, but I've got to go.
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
Not too hot. I'm on a 50-year losing streak. Reality, it makes me aggressively sad. I don't know. People tell me I'm a cop. I'm getting used to that. I've re-entered the reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will. I am the law. Well, nice meeting you, but I've got to go.
That's harsh. I'm like 3 or maybe 4 years into mine. Wait, no. Make it 5.
He looks at his shit-stained Lycra TM with a grin. Grim expression.
Things aren't going super well for idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
He takes a sip from his beer. What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
Looks at his comrades.
Please. Please don't go.
Begs the man in the pipe.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
Yo ho ho. What's a Tequila Sunset? You keep saying it. I'm going to come back for this later. I'm going to try the red... It's a red check, isn't it? I'm going to try it. Try the red check. If it fails, I'll have these guys sign it, and then I'll send it in. What's a Tequila Sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. Your Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
Sure don't.
No, you sure don't.
No.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
I could use some morale damage. Let's do it.
Tequila. Tequila sunset. Something ominous there.
For some reason, the name tequila fills me with foreboding. Maybe I shouldn't learn what it means.
You think you feel bad now. Wait till you've heard the story.
Okay.
No. You need the wisdom.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a sip to moisten up my...
Oh, that's right. I have to buy him beer to do this.
Tequila sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by tequila sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Wait, do we meet on Friday?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
Takes another sip, then continues.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head, right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Please continue. Oh yeah, not the first time this comes up. Cough awkwardly. Yeah, sure, I did that thing. What of it?
Hey, man, I'm not judging. This life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest concept people in history have killed themselves. And been drunks.
See, Guillaume Le Mignon.
Either way, it was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, got our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
Oh, do I?
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied,
"The gloaming." Now what?
"The time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things."
Oh god, what happened next? Say nothing is more dignified that way. Every word I said was true. Tequila sunset will break the looms of reality.
After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
Your hands cramp on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit. Like some kind of sea monster.
What are my stats looking like? Still balanced, alright. Except authority. Fuck authority. Authority can eat my ass. Poor reaction speed. It's fallen a little behind, too. I'm gonna need to do something about reaction speed at some point. Yeah. Yeah.
When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
Wait, so is Tequila Sunset an event or a name? Tequila Sunset, huh? Sounds pretty good. My real name is Harry.
Yeah, I agree.
How long we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
Uh-oh.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad.
Isn't she from Grad, though?
After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
Oh, joke's on you, we're different precincts.
If you only knew.
Did I tell you anything specific about this person that fucked me? Did I mention losing anything else? Did I say anything about my colleagues? Did I say anything about the case? Did I say anything about politics? Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was? Didn't need to hear anymore.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here. Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit. Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Colleagues.
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show. Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Dude, what if there's a hermit capo type?
Yeah, you said that you'd really behaved unreasonably and failed to uphold your responsibilities as a representative of the coalition.
Alright, did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You said being a cop was real boring and that there was no reason to talk about it.
He shrugs.
You also
okay, I guess I'm
kept
still boring,
pausing
cop.
to knock the heel of your hand against your temple, saying, boring, boring, boring.
Oh. I'll need to hear any more.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Yes, I want to tell me how you became idiot doom spiral. No, actually, I've heard enough stories for a lifetime. The SUCK. Goodbye.
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier. So, have you got anything for good old idiot doom spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
I don't have any on me right now, lie.
Then I will see you again once you've procured some. Par exemple, my good friend Rosemary here sells all kinds of stuff.
All kinds, sir. Beer and wine.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
Alright, we'll do one more right now. Then we'll go searching around town a bit more.
The legend.
I just don't want to
He's
spend...
back. And firstly, I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spice things up.
He doesn't have wine, you liar. Whatever, let's buy this
Bottoms
cheap.
up, Captain.
Alright, Doom Spiral.
Tequila Sunset. Of course. Drink first, story later.
Holds out a palm.
Not much, but it will do.
Grabs a bottle from your hand and uncorks it immediately.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
One of the other bums interjects. Gurgles the near comatose man.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George, but around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual, a founder slash junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Go on.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
Wait, how many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
He says thoughtfully, brushing dust off his shit-stained pants.
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
He shakes the bottle and makes a ringing sound.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
How wet are we talking exactly?
It was a day not unlike this one here.
You both glance skyward, so it's kind of raining.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
I would have landed on my feet. I've got feline reflexes.
No, you don't.
Shut up, Savoir Faire. You're mean.
Whatever. The point is, reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
You gotta be shitting me. Okay, what happened next?
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Okay, what happened next?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on.
Sounds like
I
a
don't
party.
begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
He pauses meaningfully.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this.
Not really.
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Is it a metaphor? Wait, is that it? I feel like there's some steps missing. I'm almost homeless myself. Doesn't seem so bad. Look on the bright side. You've got one hell of a story. Do you realize this is all your own fault?
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Call your landlord. Anything.
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me. So they tossed me in jail for 2 days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen. I don't remember you being such a dick before, Tequila.
He takes a slow, despondent sip from his bottle, then looks out across the bay towards the skyscrapers of La Delta.
That doesn't mean you're wrong, though. Anyway, that was all the tale one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
Why do you keep losing all your stuff?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me.
Well, considering as he only talks about her as a nice piece of ass,
Now
I can't imagine why she
can't
doesn't hang out
on
with
to
him anymore.
anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
What was the name of your agency?
My agency. Man. The Boom Boom Room.
Boom, boom, boom.
Our
boom.
concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But then it all went to shit.
Looks out toward the bay. Mixing oil painting and breasts to make ads isn't hard. It's just cynical wankery. That's so high concept, I have no idea what it means. Man, mixing high and low, commodifying culture, this is extremely my shit. Okay, right, never mind that I asked.
Well, you know, sex sells. That's the first rule of advertising.
Maybe, but it's still tired. Yeah, actually, you're right. Let the market sort it out. No need for me to regulate this stuff.
Maybe you're right. Who knows? Maybe we were behind the curve.
Wait, I got a superstar point? How'd that
We were
happen?
fucking rich, though. That much
Huh,
I know.
okay. What's up the tracksuit?
What? You've never seen 100% lycra before? Go on. Feel that primo material.
The man extends his arm. I'm going to touch it and I'm going to lose some points.
Pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly.
Takes another sip.
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it. Randomized trials have also found lycra, TM, to be associated with a number of exotic...
I like how
highly
Encyclopedia said it the
illnesses,
same way I did.
So you also have that to look forward to. And then there's the smell. But you don't even want to think about that.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them anytime.
What about the other drunks?
My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, Tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
A gurgling sound comes from the direction of the non-responsive man.
And yeah, you're already acquainted with abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
What's this about a lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Wait, you're asking a police officer to help find a jacket you stole and then lost?
Yeah, exactly. You're here to serve, right?
Okay, sure. Where'd you lose it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market.
That's a lot of places.
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it. I'm all ears, Tequila. I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift.
Geez, I already gave you some. I don't want to keep doing that.
Then I can't keep on telling the stories.
Good seeing you. He has like 3 or 4 stories. I just don't want to do them all right now. I had a thought about where to go next. It's gone now. Spin the beer. Oh, I can sell this for 6 real. I could just make this pure profit. All right, cool. That's a stock coming along. 78%, 37 minutes. Okay.
Hi, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Idiot Doom Spiral over there needs his jacket. Have you seen it?
Remarkable. That one already lost everything else, and now his jacket too. It's a good thing, too, that he has an actual police officer looking for it.
Smile lights up her
Good
face.
old Doom Spiral. Upper management to the core.
Just trying to help out a stranger in need. No one plays Johnny Jacket. I find it, I keep it. I'm collecting evidence to charge him with petty theft. I don't really know why I do things. Everything just happens to me.
How sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the boardwalk. Drunks are inexplicably drawn to markets. Might be why they have such trouble staying in business. If one of them lost something, that's as good a place to start looking as any.
Is that a red check?
Hi, the sea's gonna calm down soon.
No.
I can feel
Okay. Oh, do we continue down the path or do we go back and talk to Joyce? We can go talk to Joyce. Let's go talk to Joyce. I'm also going to talk to Gart. I'm also going to talk to...
Inside, you see a set of
the
stereo
radio.
levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox,
Maybe we have
and
some information
the
on the
soft
boots.
glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Still no word, I'm afraid. 57.
In the cabin, you see a...
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Can I help you?
Gart, I found a new bird for the whirling, given the ruffled grouse.
What is this thing?
The man takes the stuffed bird. It's no biggie. I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop. I wanted to apologize for breaking the great skua by bringing you this ruffed grouse.
Okay. Okay, well, this is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird.
Oh, I guess I could talk to Titus now, too.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Yeah, it is, Kim. I'm glad you see the value in it.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Because I love wasting time. Okay, let's go ahead and do things that improve my authoritas. So let's go ahead and take off the Men from Helmdall shirt. What is what I want here? Okay, we're gonna need that. Want drama? Do we want physical instrument? There, authority's 5 now. Yay. I love having lots of authority. Revert.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Me and Everett talked. He promised you cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, Lawman?
I mean, if you want to simplify it that way, yes.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Very mature, guys. Everett sent word, right?
Yeah, I heard him. Now, fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, Capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys, Hardy boys. How may we assist you?
Explosive laughter follows. To his men, Titus Hardy is a golden god. They want to laugh at his jokes even before they leave his lips. This guy is a born leader.
You know what? I'll take 58%.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority.
Just missed it.
Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
First you tell me someone's been raped, then you don't say who. That's bullshit. Stomp your feet. I'm the only thing keeping this town from going to hell, and you're not helping. Kim, I need your gun. That's all I got.
Did you already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent and has great results. You're probably right. The others are only there for filler, to make the gun thing pop.
Why?
This is not what he thinks it is. This is a great idea. I'm afraid it's not what you think it is either.
What? Who? Me? What is it?
Yes. You. Stop talking out loud. You sound like you're unraveling.
Everybody calm down. This is only a demonstration. Kim, the gun, please.
What in the name of fuck are you doing?
But I don't want to give you my gun, not after the last time.
What the fuck is happening, Titus? What are they whispering about?
Easy, Shanks. I want to see where this is going.
I know what I'm doing. This is not my first day on the police job. Trust me, Kim, I'm here to the flesh. There's no other way. I'm not scared anymore. I know what I have to do.
Police job?
He tilts his head to the side as if inspecting you, then a brief moment passes in silence then.
Be careful. It's loaded.
Why did he give me the gun? Oh no! He unholsters it and gives you his firearm. It feels oddly light and buzzing in your hand, like a funny toy.
Good. Now put it in your mouth.
But I want to point it at them. Put the barrel in the mouth. So, behold the demonstration.
Thank you. So, questions?
Yeah, I have one. What the fuck was that, you Nancy?
Nothing, just a minor misunderstanding. Let's return to questions, officer.
He is grateful to have that gun back on his belt right now.
Fine.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Yep, I'm the clown.
As you look around this room,
Hey, we got
full
a
of
6
sweaty
again,
men,
but
swearing,
we have enough to make
drinking, spitting out tobacco. Does this look familiar?
Where have I seen this before?
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men. Sitting on desks, talking shit, and wasting time.
I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here.
Huh?
You must be... You're just like real cops, drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand.
You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
No, I got drunk... So drunk, I drove my car into the sea. I don't give a shit either. I'm just like you guys. No, I'm also a big fan of beer and jerking off instead of helping people. I have a beer problem, but not a problem with beer. I also have no idea how to do my job, like you.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've been running this outfit for 10 years now. You should have seen Martinez before it started. It was like jam rock now.
They didn't see shit, man. Kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a week. Fucking graffiti everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Fix the beer back up.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
It's not about who did it. It's about the victim. She needs help. Someone's been raped. She needs counseling. We need to talk to her.
Titus?
He looks at her.
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her. But you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
Sure.
What is her name?
Lieutenant takes out his notes.
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. A real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's I'm on due with an O-U.
Shit. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Okay. Miss Oranje Disco Dancer?
Sure. Why not? You've probably seen her.
Alright. Hey guys, we're not going to keep our cool. Come on, boxcars.
You inexplicably...
Hey, we got health back.
Who after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you oddly.
I'm probably going to lose it back in this panic attack, but that's okay. We're not going to lose 2 health here.
I don't understand.
That was morale.
Cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
So, what was her relationship with the mercenary?
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
We can have more than one Liz. Jeez. So, when was the rape?
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
He turns to Glenn.
Here you go, boss.
Tall blonde throws him a can. Titus cracks it open. So, what's your relationship with her?
I know her.
He looks around and an uncommon silence fills the room.
How well do you know her?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means.
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months.
He crosses his arms. So she's not from around here.
You mean Revachol? Nah. Our Miss Aranye disco dancer is an immigrant or a drifter of some sort. Been staying over here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it.
Said your party cool. That's cool. But what do you mean?
What do you think I meant?
What's it? Sex? Drugs? Did you do karaoke? Sex, drugs, and karaoke, right?
Yes, yes, and no. Got something to say about it?
So you're saying the two of you were close?
No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now. He's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of I don't give a shit.
Thank you. We'll talk to her.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
Sure. Alright, let's get these horrific boots off. Actually, the boots really aren't that horrific. The minus composure is a bit of a pain. Boop. How close are we on this? 8 minutes. Alright, let's go talk to a person for like 2 minutes. Oh, hey, Kim's a person.
Officer, what was that?
You mean the sweating and the fidgeting when we mentioned her name?
Yes.
And the sort of quivering jello thing with the eye, point to your twitching eye?
Yes.
I think I know that woman.
The victim? Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
I didn't rape her.
What you're saying is, you raped her?
Ice is forming on the inside of your chest cavity. Cold sweat trickles down your neck.
No.
Then, don't ever say that again.
That's a good point.
What else? Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday.
She knows I don't remember being a cop.
Okay, that's manageable.
She knows I did some pretty crazy stuff before I passed out, that I partied hard, did not very mental healthily.
So she overheard you? Or did you party together?
So this is what it feels like to be interviewed.
I have nothing to hide.
What if you do, but you just don't remember that you do?
Thanks for looking out, Inland Empire.
You'll get through it.
She overheard me listening to music and doing weird things from her room. It's the one next to yours.
Anything else?
Asked her where we are, what city this is, maybe even what year, something like that.
That's clearly your interrogation technique. Anything else?
Nothing, let's move on.
We'll be alright, Lieutenant. This is nothing.
You feel fortified by
Yay!
his assurance. It's going to be alright.
That did not take enough time. Oh my god, we're 1 minute away. Maybe I can talk to Kuno for 1 minute to get this finished up. Oh, look at all that stuff on the roof that I can't talk to because Classier is... I can now, but...
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything. The fuck do you want? Good call, Pigmeister. Yeah? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno? You already know that slow shit.
Right, how could I forget?
Kuno thinks you have brain damage or some shit. Kuno cares.
Kuno, stop being nice to the pig! Step away from Kuno, fat-ass creep!
Ease off, see? Don't be telling Kuno what Kuno can do. Fucking right, pig. Kuno's fuck no pig.
You need to befriend him first.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
of the law, Lawjaw. Okay, so we now know why you have Lawjaw, why you say the law in a weird manner, and why your jaw does that thing. You had polio as a child.
Okay,
you
that's
gotten
okay.
vaccinated. It must have been right after the revolution. Not a lot of vaccine going around then. So you got infantile paralysis due to polio, and this jaw thing is a complication from that. Admittedly, it's not very funny, but you overcame it. This little infant survived and became a sharp-shooting super cop. So, fuck you, polio.
Alright. Learning cap for hand-eye coordination raised to 6. Succeed all hand-eye coordination passives. -1 rhetoric, though. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, so this is the law. Okay, so this is -1 rhetoric. Rhetoric. This is hand-eye coordination to 6. What the hell? Okay. Do. Yellow and all right. Cool. I'm not sure how much auto-passing hand-eye coordination passives is, considering as like the most important things for hand-eye coordination are like red checks. So the minus rhetoric is not ideal, to be honest. Okay. Maybe it's reaction speed. I don't remember, but yeah. I get reaction speed and hand-eye coordination mixed up a lot. Okay, let's go talk to Joyce. Now that we have gotten information, or we got our badge back. Yeah, there we go. My conceptualization isn't high enough to do anything with this.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Hello.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
About my missing
I'm
badge.
afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol.
You never guess what I found, my badge.
Did you? Wonderful.
She inspects the piece of blue plastic, the faded green pearls of her eyes scanning left to right.
Quickly, methodically, like an electric printing machine.
It is a relief to see a W freighter here. The situation is precarious, to say the least. It needs a quick solution, or we will have a bloodbath on our hands.
You said contain the situation. I already heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike, but I need your testimony. That's enough for now.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, man, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Momentary lapse of faith.
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
You've made a mess here. I have to say, this is not disco. Maybe the investigation team... Maybe the investigations can team up, you know? Share resources, intelligence. Oh boy, that's not good.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately
Oh, that's
pick
Superstar.
theirs.
Womp,
Simply
womp.
put, if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Debarders have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The Serai's giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Can't see it happen. Too many things would have to go wrong for us. It's a pretty bleak scenario you're describing. The confrontation is inevitable.
Many bleak scenarios have already come true, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Alright, what can you tell me about Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht, A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, got anything else on him?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
She thinks.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
She thinks.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact the company, tell them to call him off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
Yay. He said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on then?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What do these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
This does not come as news to us, but still. To your knowledge, where did this assault take place, if you know?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name was?
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
There's a pang of regret in her voice.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed, this matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the remaining two mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Well, we still need to know what they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Okay, so we're not gonna get any higher than this. 97 is the maximum you can get, so we're, what, +8? On a 10, yeah, so basically if we roll a 2, we're fucked.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
One must be the goon in the ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
Oh no, we're going to kick this hornet's nest and get some horrific stories.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
More questions.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch
I mean, it's not hard.
and
They're
their
literally all in the
implications.
same spot right now.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
It's brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
It's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Look at this photo. I'm just going to keep
Of
making that
course.
comment. I don't care.
Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo. Holds it in her hands.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like stars in the sky.
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways. A sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago. The sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What's the use of the map? What travels did the dead man make? Who could tell me more? That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help. All right.
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
This one's going to the morgue. I've spoken to him. For now, his soul is fastened inside his corpse. This one has flown quite far by now. There is nowhere. There is no soul.
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse. Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
She points to his heart. What's that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Islary Age.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors, though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
I need the information.
Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
It's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your
Is
help.
there anything else I can help you with?
I think that's it. Okay, we got a point. Cool. Speak to the assault victim. Ask the scab leader about tattoos. Victim's tattoos. Whoop. Map. What's going on map? I don't know. Why is electrochemistry red minus? Okay, it's not. I guess it's recent changes. Okay. Cool. All right. You know what, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call it here. It's kind of late. I'm kind of tired. The next logical stop right now would be to go and talk to Classier, and that's a conversation that takes a little bit of time. Not sure I want to do that today, being late as it is. I guess I could also go back across the water and keep exploring over there, but that's kind of an aimless task right now. And eventually I'd hit Moral and Gary, and that's going to take a while too. So, yeah, I think I'll just call it here. We'll pick up on one of those things next week. So next stream is on Sunday. I'm going to be busy this Saturday as well, so we'll be doing Metal Gear Solid 3 on Sunday. There's a non-zero chance I'll be able to finish it. I mean, so Monday's a holiday, so I can go long on Sunday, so I might do that. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll catch you next time.